welcome to our 2018 Glamoowen party. If you've been hanging out with me for a quick minute, then you know here at Paper and Glam, we're all about seasonal living. And if you are new, I'm so excited that you're here. You're here just in time for our annual Glamoowen party, which is a series of fun videos celebrating Halloween. I just reset our Glam Pumpkin Patch to a fun, festive Glamoowen party backdrop to really set the scene for today's videos and the coming Glamoowen videos. And if you are just joining us, I just want to say hello to you for a second. I'm Lisamarie, and we have a seasonal living community here at Paper and Glam, and we really live by these monthly seasonal living lists that come out every month, and we do the activities on them together. I like to create videos that are really focused on these seasonal living activities. And if you're just joining us, they're free to download online. We have a seasonal living group called Paper and Glam Seasonal Living on Facebook, and I'd love for you to join us, and you can start sharing your Halloween home decor, your Halloween coffee, anything you want to celebrate the season. We like to share ideas amongst each other, and it's just fun to kind of celebrate all of the seasons together, and everything's just better in community. And if you're like me and you live in LA or Arizona or in Florida or anywhere where you don't really have like that true fall, sometimes we gotta bring our own fall and our own Glamoowen. So let's do it. We're gonna jump into my favorite things for the month of October, and we just did one for fall, so this is gonna be specifically Glamoowen items. So let's get started. First category in our October seasonal living favorites is Glam Kitchen, and I like to switch out my cookbooks seasonally. For October, I have this pumpkin pie cookbook. It's a pumpkin pie spice cookbook, and it has just nothing but recipes using pumpkin pie spice. So there's soups and salads and all stuff that you might want to incorporate into your October meal planning. And if I'm doing some seasonal cooking, then you know I need a seasonal apron. So I have my Halloween-y apron here. There. So many of you said you loved this apron idea and you went over to Jessie Steele and grabbed yourself some seasonal aprons. This one came from a little cooking store in San Diego. I'm not sure of the name. It's like right in PB. Some of you are from San Diego, so you might be able to help me remember, but I think that, there's so many little specialty cooking shops, and almost all of them have an apron section. So if you have, of course, a Williams-Sonoma near you or a Sur La Table, they always have them, or Miss Jessie Steele. But also there's tons of little cute cooking shops. I love Shackford's in Napa if you are going to Napa Valley for anything, but I just love our little apron collection and collecting this stuff together, and I can't wait to see which aprons you are wearing this Halloween. Every month I have kind of an official tea that I like to drink. I am a big tea and coffee drinker. I like coffee in the morning and tea in the afternoons. So the first one is Caramel Apple, and it's by Celestial Seasonings. This is an OG, which is like an original glam here at Paper and Glam. It's like old school, it's the brand that we all grew up with, at least I did. And this is an herbal tea. I like to have a caffeinated tea and an herbal tea going at the same time because, sometimes you just want tea, but you don't want to get yourself all riled up for bed. And sometimes you need a little afternoon pick-me-up, which is what the pumpkin chai is for. You guys actually told me about this in 2015 when we did, I think it was the first real Glam Fall series, and so many of you said your favorite thing for fall is this pumpkin chai. So I immediately went out and grabbed it from David's Tea. Well, I went online because we didn't have a David's Tea store here in LA yet, and this is probably my all-time favorite tea for fall if I had to pick one. I like to simmer it on the stove with almond milk or coconut milk, and it's just, it's the perfect pick me up if your energy kind of wanes at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, but you still have just a mountain of stuff to get through. This will get you through. And it's probably still my all-time favorite David's tea. All right, next is for my coffee drinkers. If you have taken a peek at our seasonal living list, then you know that we are all about Halloween coffee. And you might be thinking, what is Halloween coffee? So we're gonna talk about that today. In the fall seasonal favorites video, Ashley told me about Bones coffee, and I am now an addict. No surprise there. You guys know I already love coffee, and when you give me Glamoowen coffee, I am just in heaven. So shout out to Ashley for that. And Ashley, email me at teamglam@paperandglam.com because I want to send you a little something for this amazing find. This is now part of my literally going to be a Glamoowen tradition. I'm just so excited. So I got some serious Bones coffee because I wanted to try them all and tell you which one was my favorite. The cool thing about Bones is that they do these little sample packs. So this is only 4 ounces of coffee, whereas like a normal pack, I think it's 12, or it might be 8. Now I'm doubting myself. And you can actually pick like 5 and get 4 ounce. Okay, you get 5 4-ounce bags of coffee. So if you're having a hard time deciding what flavor to get, they have lots of options. So I like options. And the first one I got is Franken Bones in my little sample pack. And this one is chocolate hazelnut. And how cute is the label? The second one is jack-o'-lantern. And this is their just signature pumpkin spice. And I have to say, I think I like this one a little better than the Fall in Love pumpkin spice from last fall, or not last video, it was the fall seasonal living favorites video, the last seasonal living favorites video. I might have to switch over to this one for next year, but they're both so good, you really can't go wrong. Next is caramel apple, and also on our seasonal living list for October is caramel apples. Glam Mom made them growing up, and they're just kind of a very iconic image for me of these Glamoowen caramel apples, and I was so excited to find a caramel apple coffee, and it tastes exactly like as advertised. It's just like that perfect hint of caramel apples. The next one is Wonder Bones, and if you're like me, you might be thinking, what is that? So this is their Oktoberfest limited edition blend, and it is supposed to taste like salted pretzels. And so I was like, okay, this has really good reviews, and I can't even fathom what salted pretzel coffee tastes like. So I got it, obviously, and to me, this tastes exactly like salted caramel, just like a caramel coffee. I don't really get the pretzel taste out of it, but I know so many people on the reviews said they loved it and they absolutely taste the pretzel. So you will have to try it for me and see what you think. You may have a more discerning palate than I do. And lastly, I haven't tried this one. It is called Electric Unicorn, and it is fruity cereal. So I think this is like a Fruity Pebbles inspired blend. And I haven't opened it because it's like the least Glamoowen if the coffee's in my haul. And we are also heads down on a unicorn kit for the February collection. I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. So we're starting design on that right now. We've just like gotten all our inspo together, but I've kind of been saving it because I'm like, when we really sit down to like do those final revisions on the unicorn kit, I think I'm going to drink my unicorn coffee and it'll just be seasonally glamazing. So lastly, for this giant Bones coffee haul, and so many of you in the last video were like, how do you drink so much coffee? And I don't know. I think I just live on coffee, and I have to glam so hard for you guys, so lots of coffee is needed. Lastly, on the sample pack train is this K-cup sampler. So they also have single serve cups, also known as K-cups, and they have this bag where they have all of their K-cup flavors in one big bag. So there's high voltage, which is like extra strong. I haven't tried that one yet. Clearly I'm caffeinated enough. Strawberry cheesecake, a medium roast, which I think is kind of just like a donut shop type K-cup where it's just your standard medium roast, and then a maple bacon and French vanilla. So the strawberry cheesecake and the maple bacon are so good. I think those will be staples in my house from now on. It's hard to find a good K-cup, especially a good seasonal K-cup. So I was really excited to find these. And then the French vanilla is, we all know what French vanilla tastes like. I have to say I like it a little better than the Starbucks French vanilla, and it's always good to support a local brand too. Now that we have our Glamoowen coffee brewed, we need to top it off. And we like to make it extra festive by adding a little festive Glamoowen straw and a Peep marshmallow. So we have stickers that are Peep inspired and Halloween coffee inspired stickers. So we have Peeps for Frankenstein that we like to put in our coffee. And I mean, if you guys want a really cute Insta shot, a top down over your Halloween coffee, you'll get some serious comments. And I also saw this is like trending on Pinterest now, and I I'm pretty sure I invented this, so I'm really excited about that. I was like, I'm gonna make my coffee festive, because you know, one day I went to the Target dollar spot and I just loved these as a kid, and they used to have these in the dollar spot. I think they're still $1, but they used to be there in the spot. And I grabbed them and just put them in my coffee, and I was like, oh, a star is born. So the pumpkins, I think these are my favorites. And then lastly, the ghosts. These look so cute, just like floating around. And so many of you have said, what does this taste like? I can't imagine that going well together. But you know, it kind of just tastes like hot chocolate. It's a surprisingly awesome combination. So give it a try and tell me what you think. New for this year in the Target candy section, I found these marshmallow candy corn. So I always get candy corn, but I don't eat it. I just think it looks so cute in my apothecary jars. And I was really excited that they have come out with marshmallow candy corn, because this also makes amazing Glamoowen coffee. So I have these apothecary jars that I like to fill up with like all this different festive stuff, and you'll see it in the Glamoowen home tour, but I have one of them filled up with nothing but Easter coffee. Easter coffee? Oh my gosh. You can tell that I'm already working on Easter. Glamoowen marshmallows. We do this for every holiday. So we have Valentine coffee with Valentine peeps, Easter coffee with Easter peeps, and so can you believe it's like over here in my time zone, it's spring, but for us in real time, it's October, and so many of us are looking forward to December, so I'm always kind of stuck in the paper and glam space-time continuum. Anywho, so these are so delicious. I highly recommend them, especially if you're like me and you want the iconic candy corn, but it's totally not your favorite. This is the savior. Something else on our October seasonal living list is Halloween movie night. So I got some Halloween movie night supplies. I got this all new candy corn popcorn from Trader Joe's. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't quite had a chance to do my Halloween movie night, but you know I have to watch some classics. So I have the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, which no Halloween is complete without the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, in my humble opinion. And I think we'll agree the same is true for Casper and the cult classic Hocus Pocus. And speaking of Hocus Pocus, we're gonna do a Hocus Pocus Plan With Me for Planning Sunday. So all Glamoowen all the time right now. This next category is for my readers. I thought I would share some of my favorite Glamoowen reads. The first one is Frankenstein. This is like, I feel like the original Glamoowen read. We read this together in 2015. So if you're thinking about reading it, you could read it and then watch the OG book club video. We had such a fun time discussing Frankenstein, and this is one of those classics that's actually really, really readable. And it's just so incredibly eerie and haunting, and oh, it's just very atmospheric. Mary Shelley she's just like the original Anne Rice. She's so good. Also on the classic front, and this is definitely on the short list for one of our future Glamoowen reads. It won't be next year, but we will get to it. And that is The Picture of Dorian Gray. I just love these Penguin hardbound classics. They're just so beautiful, and the covers look beautiful on the nightstand, and this book is also another really gothic, atmospheric Glamoowen read. Speaking of Miss Anne Rice, no Glamoowen read video would be complete without Interview with a Vampire, and this is what we're reading this October. So next Thursday is our book club meeting. I would love for you to join us on the Paper and Glam Book Club YouTube channel. We will be discussing this just incredibly also atmospheric read. I'm about halfway through, and it's just everything. I love that the cover is even extra Glamoowen-y with these candelabras and orange roses. I mean, the orange roses, I die. It is just, I don't even know how to describe it. Some of you may have seen the movie. I've never seen the movie, but it's just like every Glamoowen image you could possibly consider in a book. It's just, oh, I love it. We'll talk more next Thursday. I will stop gushing about Interview with a Vampire. But it's just so profound. It is just, it's just so, oh, I'm gonna stop saying so, promise. But this book, there are so many amazing insights about human nature. Like, you think you're just reading a Glamoowen read, and then Anne Rice busts out with this crazy observation that you're like, wait, what? And then you have to read it again. It's just, she just does that amazing job of blending this super plot-driven book with her own observations. And she wrote it actually right after she experienced the death of her 5-year-old daughter. So you can kind of really see the depth and how that inspired her. writing. Okay, no more gushing about books because we'll be here all day. The next book is for those of you if maybe like Glamoowen stuff is not for you, you really don't do well with any sort of like scariness, which I can be in that camp too. Anne of Green Gables. We read this last year for book club, and it is this book that has so many iconic images. It's just, you know, it's the famous quote, I'm so glad we live in a world with Octobers. So this is another fabulous pick. Lastly, if I had to pick a favorite Glamoowen read, it would be Deborah Harkness' Discovery of Witches. She has this trilogy that is also incredibly atmospheric. It's all about witches and kind of what they would be like if they were living today. And it's been called the Twilight for grown-ups, and that's a really apt description. We read this together, was it last? No, it was 2 years ago. So we read this together for October 2016, and I can't recommend it highly enough. One reason I wanted to be sure to mention Deborah Harkness is because she released 2 more books to go along with this trilogy this year. The first one is The World of All Souls, and if you're a huge nerd and you read the trilogy and you think, I'd really like to know more about Elizabethan England and see some of the things that she describes in the book, because kind of similar to like the Da Vinci Code, it's like extremely well researched because she is a history professor at USC. So a lot of the things that she talks about, I remember from like AP European history, and I really wanted to know more about. So she released a book that's kind of a guide to all of those things she mentioned. And then lastly, she released a brand new title in the trilogy called Times Convert, and it's kind of like a prequel-ish sequel. I haven't read it yet, but so many of you have said you love it. So if you loved this book when you read it for 2016, there's more. You guys, I just realized I missed something in our Glam Kitchen section, and that is our Glamoowen pasta. It is Pasta Day today, actually. It's October 17th every year, and Trader Joe's has the most festive fall pasta. So they have this really cute fall zucchette pasta, and it's just little baby pumpkin pastas. I mean, I die. Fall glamazingness. And then they have an autumnal harvest creamy pumpkin sauce that goes with it. And so many of you have said they also have a pumpkin Alfredo sauce. I haven't gotten that in my local Trader Joe's, but I'm on the lookout. The next section of our October seasonal favorites is called Glam About Town because it's all kind of the beauty stuff and all the glammy things. So the first is my favorite fall nail polish, and I'm wearing it on my little jack-o'-lantern finger. And this one is an old school one that I think is discontinued. It's called Y'all Come Back Here, but the new one is called Orange You Stylish, and that's the one I'm wearing on my pinky. I keep the old ones in like the regular polish since this is gel for my petties. So just in case I go snag a pedicure and they don't have a seasonal color, I like to keep these around. And then my favorite Glamoowen lipstick is MAC Cyber. This color won't be for everyone. It is almost black, and it's like a really, really deep berry, but it looks so flattering on. And so many of you said you tried it and you completely agree with me. Because it has this blue tone, it really makes like your eyes pop, and it's just the ideal costume lipstick. Like if you're gonna be a witch or anything scary, this is such a flattering tone. Or if you just wanna get dressed up and you want some Glamoowen lipstick for your like jack-o'-lantern costume. Speaking of Glamoowen costumes, I just got this little bodysuit from Wild Fox this year, and it's called the Hearto Lantern. I thought it was real cute. From Home Goods, I got really fun little ghosty socks, and these look so Glamoowen with the pink and the black. And then also, a fun thing to add to our Glamoowen Spa Night is a pumpkin sheet mask. In the past couple years, I've gotten really into K-beauty, which is Korean beauty. I'm pretty much sold out to Korean beauty. They just have the most amazing skincare products that actually work. I'm sure you've had the experience where you go to the drugstore and you're Target and you grab something and it's supposed to have these like amazing effects, but even after like 6 months or a year, you don't really notice a change. Well, that is not the case with the K-beauty stuff that I have been using the past couple years. One of my best friends has a Japanese and Korean skincare shop online, and I'll link it below. So I get everything from him, and I've really noticed a difference in my skin. And one of the things that we found together for seasonal living are these pumpkin 24 karat gold masks. They also just started selling them at Bloomingdale's, and he just got back from Korea where he grabbed these, and he goes to Korea and Japan once a quarter and just gets all the latest and greatest skincare stuff. So I was pretty excited because I've been looking through like all the catalogs to find something seasonal to share with you. Finally got these back from Korea, and then Bloomie's busts out with them. So yeah, that's some seasonal street cred there. We're on the home stretch of our October favorites. The last section is Glam Home, which is the new things I added in the home decor area. So the first thing is a candle. When I did my fall candle haul, so many of you said you were a little bit disappointed I did not review White Pumpkin, and you said that very graciously. So I, of course, hopped online and grabbed it because I had to see what I was missing out on, and you were right, as usual. I was missing out on an excellent scent that I need to incorporate into my seasonal living. So in October, it's like all sweet cinnamon pumpkin all the time here. So I have 3 burning right now concurrently. This one over here is the Perfect Pumpkin, which they kind of just rebrand sweet cinnamon pumpkin for Halloween. But this White Pumpkin transitions perfectly to November, and it smells so good and actually quite unique. Because I was thinking, you know, how many pumpkin candles is enough pumpkin candles? If you saw my fall candle haul, you know what I mean. There has to be a limit to the madness, but maybe not. White Pumpkin, Autumn Spice Blend, and Ground Cinnamon. And it smells exactly as advertised. I'm so excited to burn this as soon as I burn down my sweet cinnamon pumpkins. Okay, you guys ready for the best $10 I have spent in a long time? Look at this doormat. I mean, how fabulous is this? I hope it's in frame because it says shoes off witches. And here at Glam HQ, there's a lot of us running around in a small area, and I am all about shoes off because here in LA too, like the floors just get black real quick. So I thought that this was just the most fabulous Glamoowen find because I didn't have a Glamoowen doormat, but I kind of like to just get things one at a time when I find just the perfect item. And at $10, oh my gosh, it was just like the best day. Last thing in our October seasonal favorites video, I got a new pillow. It says pumpkin spice and everything nice. What I thought was really fun about this pillow is it's so transitional. You can transition it from fall to Halloween to kind of the harvest season. And I kind of like to do 3 distinct fall decors, and I don't change everything out, but I just change out a few vignettes here and there so that there's kind of an early fall, like September to like mid-October decor. Then there's Glamoowen, which we're doing right now, and then kind of a harvest decor. So it's fun to find things that go through all 3 seasons. That is a wrap on our October seasonal favorites. I am so excited to hear what your October seasonal favorites are. So much of the fun of this is living seasonally together and learning from each other and just incorporating new seasonal traditions together as a community. Some of you have been with me since the beginning and have written me just the most amazing emails that say that this seasonal lifestyle has really added a depth and a rhythm to your year, and that's really what it's all about. So in housekeeping news, I've been getting lots of comments and questions about all that's to come for the Glam New Year. We have so much coming, and if I did it last year, we're doing it this year. So lots of questions about whether there'll be a book club video and God and Glam and a God and Glam video. Yes. Wouldn't miss it. I'll be here. We're going to be glamming so hard. It's going to all start dropping November 1st. So we are here like little Christmas elves are ready, getting everything ready to ship early. And it's just going to be the most amazing Glam Christmas and Glam New Year yet. So that is coming. Let's see what's next. We talked about a Hocus Pocus plan with me. We have kind of a Halloween spa night essentials video with like a Lushoween haul coming up, and that might already be up. We'll see which one goes up first. And yeah, I'll be back with you soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you thought this was a fun video, I hope you can see how much heart I put into it. And please remember to give it a thumbs up on your way out and subscribe so we can hang out more often. All right, until next time, sisters.